Hey man, say man, you already know I'm finna say man, it's your boy Cash Carter GTG, checking in, never checking out for sure, gotta go. And today we got some more real deal trail, man. So, Charleston White, he made some pretty interesting comments about the late death of Foolio. He was basically saying that Foolio was like a demon. He was saying Foolio had a spirit. He was saying like God chooses people and the devil chooses people. He felt like the devil had chosen Foolio. So we're just gonna really dive in to exactly who Foolio actually was. We see a lot of stuff going on, and it's entertaining, but at the same time, if it was one of our family members, it'd be totally different. We'll have a totally different mindset, totally different agenda about how we go about these things. Because a lot of times we just click on stuff, and as soon as we click on it, we instantly forget that this is real life. This is actual people's lives that they're living. So, Foolio was almost like a King Von. Like, to those that are around him, he's real cool. Everybody likes him. He's probably real giving. You gotta think of where Foolio comes from. Foolio come from a rough neighborhood. Foolio comes from the struggle. And even though he had a lot of views, he still didn't have that bank account that you see these other rappers with. Like, if you look at these other rappers, they have a little bit more. They was stunting a little bit harder than what Foolio was. And they just come with how you run your business. People feel like they can trust you, if they can work with you, things of that nature. So Foolio was the type, you will hang with him all day. He might even give you the shirt off his back. He might buy you something to eat. And then you leave him. Then the next morning you hear about, hey, did you hear what Foolio did? Did you hear what Foolio did to him? Or something like that. So you would just be looking like, wow, I was just with bruh. He was just cool. You mean to tell me he did this to who? He robbed who for what? He shot who with that? Like, what? But that's how a lot of these people are, man. They get their gratification from the pain of others, from flexing on others, from feeling like the big bully dog, the big alpha, the need and the urge to have your way, the need and the urge to say you was having your way, the need to urge to say you do this and you do that, and they ain't did this and they ain't did that, and that just really stemmed from being at the bottom. I was watching Power the other day, and he said, where does the spirit and the motivation come from to make you want to be a leader? And Tyreek said, struggle. Out of the ashes rise the phoenix. So you got to understand where Foolio was coming from. He was coming from a place or a spot where he was at the bottom. People look at him like, hey, you ugly, you black, and you broke. And when you get beat on to a certain point, you have to switch it up, and you have to become ruthless and relentless, unforgiving, and just pretty much a nuisance. The man that King Von made the song about, Wooski brother, he said when he was in jail, he just would switch it up. He would never let nobody know his player or how he was, or really get to know him. One day he cool with you, the next day he gonna take your stuff, just to throw people off, to hold and to remain at the top of whatever social ladder that they own. And I noticed that myself growing up. A lot of people who goals was to become a top dog. They wanted to never let nobody get to know them. Always stay unpredictable. Just like the serpent in the Bible, which in the Bible it said the serpent was a little bit more subtle. And when you look that up, that means clever, unable to predict. Just a wild card, and that same subtitle that the serpent had in the Bible is exactly what Foolio was and many other people was. See, you get a lot of people who do stuff for the clout and for the money. Then you get these people who have dedicated themselves to just basically the foolery. That's why I always say, like, 21 Savage is a good example, but at the same time, you can see something different in 21 Savage. He has that same subtitle, but at the same time, I feel like he was also smart enough to know that once I reach this certain level, I don't have to be as subtle as the serpent in the Bible. But that wasn't Foolio. Foolio felt that he had to continue on so long that it actually became a part of him. And even though I'm pretty sure he was a good giving dude to the people he was around, I'm pretty sure he also kept a certain crowd around. Because when somebody say, hey, you actually too smart to be doing what you're doing, that messes up what he has going. That messes up the lifestyle that he has committed himself to. And I feel like those are the people that God are going to be the angriest with. People who literally are giving themselves to the foolishness. A lot of people just ain't smart enough. A lot of people are just stuck in it. Then you got some people who get put in it, stuck in it, or whatever situation got them in that mindset to be so subtle, like the serpent in the Bible, that they learn how to master it. They learn the maze, and instead of escaping, they decide, hey, I'm gonna become the king of this maze of foolery. And it's funny because I'm not even saying that just to say that, because his name is Foolio. I just thought about it. Well, dang, his name is Foolio. That's not the only thing that was like a coincidence that was with Foolio. Notice he made the song about Young and Ace, about how the 3 people died on his birthday and Ace got shot going out to eat. And then the exact opposite happens to him. 3 people survive and he dies on his birthday, just going to a hotel. Now, there's a lot of people saying, like, he set himself up dropping the low. There's a lot of people saying that a guy, Wizzle or whoever, set him up. They're saying the girl set him up. But when you look at this was God's master plan. This was God's plan for Foolio. This was his plan for Foolio. For him to go out how he went out, that was what God intended. The coincidences have matched up exactly too good. He had multiple times to stop. He got shot in the foot. His mother was shot. He literally just threatened T.I.'s son, King, maybe a few weeks ago. Now, what would make him go so far? What would make him have that type of animosity to go that far? Is what was in him. It was what was in him that not only is controlling him, but he let in. You ever seen the Conjuring movies where the spirit accidentally gets in these people? They done read the wrong words, the wrong scriptures, the wrong holograms, or they playing with the Ouija board. This man chose to let it in. And it was pretty much out of what Charleston White said, fear. Fear of what I said in the beginning of this video. Being black, being dirty, and being poor, and being ugly. Don't let it take over you.